All right. So I know you guys already know me because I'm doing this based off of my channel, but my name is Andre Bush. The name of my channel is Master You, and I'll let you introduce yourself.
I'm Janneke Hellebrekers, call myself Miss Hellbreaker, and I used to live in Holland, and now I'm living in Portugal in the middle of nowhere off-grid, in the middle of nature, and I really love it, and I aspire to be the best version of myself and help others to become that as well.
Nice. I like to hear that. Me too. That's a lot of what I talk about on my channel, just is, allowing people to be the best version of themselves and figuring out a way to inspire as much as I can to get people to raise their frequency and vibration around the whole entire planet. How did you get to where you are now within spirituality?
Well, I grew up with it, and my mom was very much in it, but I always rejected it. Only after I got a sort of a burnout from work. And then for the first time, I was always doing what everybody expected of me and not doing what I really wanted. And for the first time, I had so much anxiety, I couldn't get myself to be relaxed. So I started doing meditation and yoga. And for the first time, I had to make little steps and more and more went into spirituality, and I feel like for the first time I felt my own energy and what I really wanted.
How did the meditation and yoga help you out?
So that really, for the first time, I felt myself, and I couldn't care less anymore what was going on around me about my work, and people were complaining to me, and they just saw it didn't do anything to me, and they were like, oh, you have yoga this evening. And I feel like they say you're in this world but not of this world. You're much more detached. You can see it as like the observer, and you can see it as it is, instead of what you make it or what your emotions come in between. And you're much more you can be relaxed and good inside yourself, whatever is happening around you. And for me, that's really, I can just meditate somewhere on a meadow or in a tree and be happy. And that is something that everybody can have.
So I was going to say through meditation, you became more aware of what was going on within your reality, and aware more so of thoughts and all these different things. How did that help you within your walk?
That is to become more and more you see the synchronicities, and you see you follow your heart and you follow your path, and it's little steps and you don't even know where it goes. Gotcha. But at one point I quit my job, quit my house, started traveling in South America, and had I had a tea label, and it said paradise is where you are. And from that moment I felt that wherever I am, I have a bubble around me. It's wherever I am, it's it can feel like paradise, and it can look like paradise. And the more you are present with whatever is going around you, the more beauty you see around you, and then you follow your heart every step, and then life gets really a bit more magical.
Yeah. Do you think that we have a choice in what we choose to see? Within that, you saying that you saw paradise and everything around you was paradise at that point, and that sunk with you. Do you feel like we have a choice in that, or are we just going with the flow of things?
Yeah, you can be in your mind and thinking and too much in the past, or thinking what you're going to do in the future, but then you miss out seeing a beautiful butterfly, seeing a beautiful flower, a beautiful tree. And I think you can shift that perspective, and the more you see it, the more beautiful it gets, and the more you are present with it. So it is possible to see a whole new different world from a different perspective if you are more present.
Definitely. I wanted to go a little bit into health a little bit. I know you in our last conversation, you were telling me about how health and what you eat affects you on a spiritual level. How do you feel so?
It's really important for me to eat high vibrational foods, and for me that's most of it is like raw vegan and fruits and vegetables. And whatever you eat, like what you get now in the supermarkets, a lot of times processed with chemicals, and it's better to make it yourself anyway. But I know how it tastes when you get it, the fruits immediately from the tree, and you eat it, how much energy it gives, and how much nutrition, and how much better also for digestion it is, because it only takes a short while of digestion, and then the energy doesn't go all the time to digestion, because like meat, it takes like 24 hours or longer to digest. So your body's all the time busy with processing there. So the more you eat the things that are better for your health, so also for mono fruits, is much more healthier for your guts and to process, and so you have more energy for other things, and I really feel that. So I eat as much as possible fruits, and I at this moment I want to have my own fruit paradise again, and
fruit paradise.
I want to have my own land with a lot of fruit trees where I can just get the fruit from the trees. And last year I did 1 week only grapes, and it's the best detox what you can have. It's really healthy, but you get also very, very high from it. So I know what it does, and I really want to spread that also to other people.
I know a lot of people don't know about that, just as far as how, you know, eating unhealthy could be calcifying the pineal gland. And, you know, that leads also to the opening up of the mind and the God-like consciousness that we have through the pineal gland. So, like, what type of waters do you drink? Do you, like, is it spring water or, you know, filtered? Or how do you go about that one?
Well, I get it from a well. So that's the best thing, to filter the water anyway. Also for the pineal gland, what you said, the most important is that you have like toothpaste without fluoride. So get that in a health food store.
Yes.
And the water is also very important, because they put chloride and also all chemicals in the normal water. So get your water from a spring, from a well, from natural sources. And then you can still, because you still have people in nature use pesticides, and you have like chemtrails from the air. So it's good to anyway have also to have a filter on it as well.
Gotcha.
And then you have a purple marron glass that takes the light from the sun into the glass to drink it.
Oh man, that's dope. That is crazy. I was gonna ask you, what would you just for food purposes, like where would you recommend people go to get food if they're not growing a garden themselves?
To eco markets, to go to local farmers, because it's also nice to give that to the people that work very hard for it, and to provide that for you with natural products. And then you go to local farmers, and you buy regional, and you support the farmers that grow it. And there's a lot of eco markets everywhere around. So, and then you actually also know where it comes from, and you know the people, and that's the most beautiful thing, to have that interaction as well.
You know, I know they're working on labels right now, like non-GMOs, and they're trying to take the labels off of it to not allow people to know whether it's GMO or not, which I think is pretty crazy. But like, how would you think that people should know the difference in like what they're shopping for if it doesn't have the labels on there, if that's what we're going into? Should it?
And that's why from the people itself, there's always like an organic market around that you can also, if there's not a market, you can also check an organic farmer. So there will always be like a farmer with who sells certain things, and then you also know. So I would recommend that than in a normal shop. But you have labels like organic, more and more also in normal stores. Yeah. And I used to go to there, but you can also go to health food. Then you already know that everything is mostly organic, and they make sure mostly. that it's from good sources.
What is non-organic causing to your body? Like, how is that affecting your body in a negative aspect, energy-wise?
There's a lot of chemicals in the normal processed foods, and also in, like, they put also a lot of hormones and chemicals in meat and stuff. Mm-hmm. And people have a lot of times in their colons, they don't even know, the 5 to 10 kilos of old shit inside your body.
Yeah. And
that is why it's so good to clear out yourself and detox yourself to let that go. And I think it has an immediately effect also in your emotional, physical, and energetical if you let that more go. So that is also really important to do enemas or colonics, to really let all things also go, because there's a lot of toxins in your food, all those E numbers and all those chemicals.
Yeah.
People don't even. Also with the meat, most of the animal food is GMO. It's genetically modified
organism. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's almost always so, and we can really do something about it, and we can really change our own DNA back to more.
Yeah, I heard a guy say that you're taking in the energy of an animal being slaughtered, which I thought was interesting. And it's considered to be fearful, because, you know, energy isn't destroyed or created, it's only transferred. So if you're eating that animal that has been slaughtered and stuff like that, and that energy transfers to you, like, we're picking up more fear based energy, and we're picking up, you know, more low vibrational energy. How do you feel about that?
That is definitely going on, because the animal feels it already. The animal feels it's going to die, a lot of anxiety, and you get that also in you. So I also think it creates a lot of stress in your body, and stress is one of the biggest causes of deaths that are now in the world. And it's not only because you're busy and with your job. Stress is also what you put in your body, and I think the meat has a big influence in that. Yeah.
What I know you're talking about the 9-to-5 job and breaking free from that. What allowed you to kind of break free from that and did you feel free and more connected to nature and stuff like that once you left?
I saved up some money already years before, so I was like free to go to go where I wanted to go. And I feel the longer I am from it, the more I feel more relaxed inside myself, and the less also I need. And when you live off grid and you have like solar panels, you have water from a well, you don't even need that much income, because you don't have that much costs. As you're like, it's crazy how much we pay for rent and water, electricity, and especially water. It should be free for everybody. It's like your basic right. And here is the water everywhere free. They have like everywhere like taps, and so if you live like that, you have much more freedom anyway to live your life how you want it.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, you know, the world was given to us, and like everybody that's, you know, on the planet should have something for free. Like, you got a lot of people starving out there and not able to eat, not able to find food, and it should just, you know, like you said, a lot of things should be free, like food and what's out in nature should just be free for us to get like easily. But it's like, you know, everybody's laying a claim to something, you know, within forests, within, you know, nature, streams, all these different things, saying that you can't touch it or you can't, you know, put your hands on it. And it's you know, putting us in a situation to where we're having to pay to live, which is, you know, pretty crazy. I wanted to go into what's the best ways do you think to raise your frequency and vibration outside of foods?
Yeah, for me, it's like I'm all about raising the Kundalini energy inside yourself. We're going from the first chakras to like fight, flight, freeze mode, like survival mode. You go more up, you feel more love inside your heart, you open up your throat, you're more speaking your truth, you're more yourself. Third eye, like your pineal gland, you see through it, you with more discernment, and you see like the infinite possibilities.
Right.
And in your crown chakra, you're open to source energy, like that divine energy inside yourself.
Right.
And for me, I do that with yoga. I give yoga. I also have a group, yoga with Janneke online on Facebook, and people
Kundalini Yoga, right?
They do Kundalini Yoga, and Kundalini is also that energy that goes up. And I do Kundalini Yoga, and I also give healings because we have a lot of times old shit that we don't even know that we have from family karma, old emotions that are still stuck in your body. Even though you think you don't have them anymore, they're still stuck in your body somewhere. So I take them out with an ankh. It's an Egyptian device. You have one all around your neck.
Yeah.
And I use the ankh. It's like the symbol to get rid of like emotional traumas and emotional blockages in the body. The energy can move freely. And you can do that with a lot of things. This with Kundalini Yoga, with the ankh healing, but you can also do a lot of things yourself. What really is good to get trauma out of the body is shaking it. Couple of minutes, shaking your whole body, just standing there and shaking your body a couple of minutes a day gets trauma out of your body. Right. And dancing also, it's like more like flow.
Yeah.
That is also
free flowing energy.
And then your body moves. You get more into your body, and the more you do it. And frequencies on YouTube, I love them, like hertz, 432.
Yeah, I actually make those too. I make the 432 hertz or 9,000 hertz or 900 hertz. You know, I use those on YouTube too, and put either a dark screen or you'll have nature within the background. I'll send you a couple of them. Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Those are so cool, and so raising your frequency immediately.
Yeah.
That's really one of the best things, I feel like. But it's also about like being physically strong, doing exercises that I do with the yoga, getting your mindset right with meditation and affirmations, like reprogram your own limited thoughts or negative thoughts to reprogram them. So and energetically you can use those frequencies to raise your vibration. There's so many things you can do.
All right. Well, so what would you say to people that are in low vibrational right now? Do they have to make a shift change right away, and how do they get out of that low vibrational field that they're in now?
The best thing is to connect with your breath, to really be conscious of breathing and breathing deeply, more deeply, and then the energy goes more to the rest of your body and you're more present. And that is really important. And also, like when you do that you can put your hands on your heart and you connect with your heart, and then breathe also deeply to your heart, and then see what comes out of there, because like a lot of times people lost that connection.
Right.
See what if you just do that a couple of minutes, what it brings to you and how much more connected you are with yourself.
Because I always seen it as, people that have negative energy are in a low vibration. It's a lot harder for them to kind of get out of that, simply because they take in a lot more things dealing with the same energies. So they're in a revolving cycle of that low vibrational field. So what are some other ways and some other things that they can do in order to break away from that cycle of being in that low vibration? Do
family constellations or whatever, but really deal with your we were all traumatized when we were young. We all didn't grow how we would wanted it. Our parents never gave us the love that we wanted. but they did also their best
Yes.
from their point of view and from their point of consciousness. But now it's for you to become your own father and mother and to bring that love you into the world, because no one can love like you.
Right.
So you will otherwise never get it.
Right. I like that. So how would you suggest people to respond to people when they're trying to put their baggage on you, or when they're trying to place blame on you or project their negative energy on you with anger and, being upset or frustrated? How do you respond to things like that? Or does that happen to you at all?
That's holding space. That's holding space for people and seeing that it's not your own thing. It doesn't have to. When it affects you, then it also is a reflection of your own pain that you need to process.
Right.
But if you don't get upset, if you know it's them, it's a reflection of themselves. You can only respond with kindness and being there for them and listening to them. I used to work at the social service, so I had enough people. I had enough people with all their shit coming to me, but they felt like they felt heard and they felt seen a lot of times for the first time, because we were just to listen to the people and be there for them. Because when they say hurt people hurt others, because their own hurt is spilling over.
Yes. So
to see people also with compassion and love, because they are hurting.
Yes, that's a good one. Hurt people is I know what I used to hear when I was younger. I wanted to move a little bit into healing. I know you say you do healing, and you spoke a little bit about the Kundalini Yoga. What are some other ways that you do healing? Go in a little bit more detail about the Ankh and how you do the healing with the Ankh.
Okay, cool. I have this device that like a metal Ankh, and I use a pendant, and I use like a sheet with all the emotions, and I go through the whole body. So I go through the body, I check family karma, I check entities, curses, I check the whole body, and I check the chakras, and also childhood wounds. And so in 1 hour, 1.5 hours, I do a lot of deep things. And I can even do like the emotions when you were young, the emotions when you were in the womb of your mom, your birth trauma, from past lives, because like a lot of times you had the same roles with your parents as well in previous lives. So, and limiting beliefs as well. A lot of times we're like have unconscious limiting beliefs and we don't even know about it. So I also check with the Ankh which kind of certain. So I can do one healing to do like the basics, and I can always go further. But I have people only needing one, and they're like vibrating, and they're like feeling lots of ecstasy and much more joy and light.
Right.
But there are also people sometimes coming back. But it's it's possible to live much more joyful and lighter, and sometimes people don't even know why they have it so difficult. Like yesterday I had someone all the time, lots of trouble coming to that person, but it was because he has like lots and lots of family karma from both sides, a lot of fear, a lot of sadness, and he didn't even know that he was carrying that. So so I'm very grateful that I can be like that conduit to
release that, relieve that.
Yeah.
So after you do it, like how do they feel afterwards?
Yeah, lighter, more joyful, vibrating. One person felt ecstatic.
Wow.
So I take everything away, and then there's like emptiness, and then I put new frequencies and vibrations in there, and people feel mostly immediately lighter, and so I'm very happy that I can share that, and I give that, and people feel very good, and I make money from it.
What about healing online? Like, do you do any of that, or is it just like in person?
No, I do everything. I do is online and offline. So
Okay.
I do the yoga offline. People can come here, but I also do it on the same time online. I have my group Yoga with Janneke on Facebook, and the healings I do online and offline as well. I have people coming towards me, but I have also people online, and I do it on the WhatsApp, Messenger, Zoom, and I do 5 minutes. I tell them what to do, how it works on video, and then they can just lie and experience what's happening in their bodies.
Right.
And so that's why I like it, that I can do wherever in the world I can do my thing, as long as I have my phone and my Wi-Fi. And on people can find me on Facebook with like Miss Hellbreaker or Janneke Hellebrekers is can find me. Yeah.
So I know you were talking about people having karma or something going on with their past life. Can you go into that a little bit with detail?
Yeah, there's like you can do a lot of. There's also people do regression therapy, and then they have stuff, and they go to past life, and they go back, and then the allergy's gone or something.
Right.
But I also what I do is like also check from past life. Comes up what like emotions as well, like sadness or anger, when it's like really much more heavier in normal life, even if it's something very small happened and it feels like much more heavier, it's a lot of times also something from your youth or a past life. And then I just check with the dependent where it comes from and how many lives ago, and then I was like, I had one time. Sometimes I feel the thing, sometimes not. But I did a half a year every day. I'm healing all myself, and then sometimes, I felt like I had a past life. My father locked me up, and they didn't give me any food, alone, and I needed to process that and cry, and I felt that. And sometimes it's also, I don't have to feel it to let it go out of the body. So I did a lot of healings already, a long time, and I feel the things that I can give now is in a much shorter time, much deeper. Like 1/4 of the healing that I give now, I did like 10 years ago. I did like 2 hours. I did 1/4 of the healing. What I do now in 1 hour is much more deep and fast and quicker than I did like when I started. So it feels like I can, what I did in a long time to process out of me, I'm gonna, in a short time, I can help people get it out. So, and that is also with the things that what I learned. I feel like I'm very much like personal growth, spiritual growth, doing all sorts of retreats, workshops, and I did a lot. So I feel like then I can, in a shorter time, give that information to people so they don't have to do as long about it as I did.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, when you talking about the past life a little bit, how do you think that people can access that themselves as well? Because I've heard about the Akashic records through meditation and stuff like that, being able to look at your past lives. And I've had, a couple of deja vu experiences where I was like, man, I've seen this whole thing before. This is the same. Everything that's happening right now is the same. So tell me a little bit about how people can kind of get in touch with that, or do you know?
I think anyway, the more you're connected with force of energy within yourself, the more it gets revealed. The more you know the things, the more you understand things, the more you know where it comes from,
right,
the more it comes back, and the more also memories come back. And I also think like the most of the people you meet in life that you feel immediately connected to, or like also I think almost all relationships, family, people you feel connected to, friends, you already know them from a past life and already was learning with them.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I think you do what you do is in meditation, you get ideas, you get inspiration. That is the Akashic record. That's downloading your.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that is the Akashic records. It's like the information that is out there, and you tap into. So whatever you feel like when you are meditating, what you get inspired from, and the information you get, that is from the Akashic.
Wow. See, I was looking at it from a different perspective, more so like in a physical aspect. And maybe that's why, like a book, like I'm opening up a book and I'm getting, you know, information from this book physically. And maybe that's why I couldn't, you know, reach it or, you know, get it or grasp it, or didn't think I was grasping it. But like you said, it just kind of gave me a different perspective on it. I actually like that perspective a lot. So what would you like to, I'm sorry.
With your no, this is also another one that's good. With your intention, you can do that. You imagine going somewhere and you see a room and there's a book there. The book has something to say to you. You open the book, see something. Right.
That's the guidance. That's the guided meditation that I did. One, just like what you just said. Just imagine that it's a book and it's a book there and that book has something for you. Yeah. Maybe I just didn't hold it for long enough. I got to go back and try to do it. But so what would you like to tell people to do in order to be a better version of themselves?
The highest vibration is gratitude. Being happy with what you already have. Seeing all the little things, seeing like the beauty of nature, happy with your food, happy with your people around you, happy with your animals, happy with your house, happy with your whatever you have, all the little things. And the more you attract things to be even more happier. And that is thing. And even if you go before you go to sleep, think about where you're thankful for that day. And I think the more you see those things and the more you're present with those things and the more you're happy with those things, you're like, then you're also focused on where the abundance, you focus on where you're happy with and you get more instead of what you don't have. And then you're not focusing on the lack. And you're focusing on the happiness and the gratefulness, and then you will get more of that because the universe wants to give what you want, what you really want. But it's you have to focus on that, and that is really about like your intention and your focus is the main thing. What you can wake up in the morning and think like, yeah, today I'm gonna have an amazing day, and all great things are coming to me, and see how that whole day shifts.
Yeah, I like that. So I do the same thing as well. I you know, position my day at night and, you know, I try to think about good things because I figure that, or a lot of times what happens is whatever I see like late at night, I end up dreaming about for some reason. And it's like a lucid dream. And then I'll wake up and, you know, my day will be good because of what I programmed it to be the night before subconsciously. So I know that works along with affirmations and gratitude. I met one lady, her name is Dawn Walker. I don't know if you know her through Facebook, but she hugs trees. Like she, you know, does a lot of things out in nature, whereas gratitude is love, is being thankful for everything within her space. And, you know, I love that, man. That's one great perspective and one great way to look at life in general. Just everything that's around us has been created by, you know, a mind or somebody's imagination to where they poured energy into it and brought it to this 3D, which is amazing to me. And just, you know, just showing gratitude in every aspect of life is one of the quickest ways to raise your vibration and raise your frequency to a higher level, getting closer to be the best version of yourself. Hellbreaker, I appreciate you so much coming on with me, reaching out to me to do this podcast with me. I appreciate you so much. Definitely. So the name of the channel, once again, is Master You, Master Your Reality. My name is Andre Bush. This is Hellbreaker. We're out.
Thanks.
Nice.